Welcome to the Biochar Garden Tour 2020. We make charcoal in a wood stove, shovel it out when there's hot embers into a metal pan, and hose it down. There's thousands of ways it can be made. This is how we're currently doing small batches. This is alder wood. It's primo. Charcoal holds nutrients, drainage. It drains well, holds moisture. Smashed up and inoculated, it'll hold the minerals you're adding to it to amend your garden soil. Soil analysis is a good idea, but also, no matter what, charcoal does good things. This is a little cedar sapling. I've added worm castings. That's a great addition to charcoal. Added microbes. This is an innovation Brian has attributed to the horsetail, because that has an 8-foot or bigger root system that goes way down there drawing up those minerals. So he has attached this electric boat motor, and it's viscerating. This has been in there probably for a week, so it's dark green goodness, lots of chlorophyll. After we filter it out, I dilute it with water, 1 to 10, and then I add it to the garden, which we're going to visit right now. I don't know how to edit, so we're just going to bike ride right over there, and you're going to see what the garden looks like at dusk in the Pacific Northwest. There's our bike with the new metal basket. Last year, we did not have the asphalt supported with all the gravel. So here we go. We're going to go see the garden. I hear a lawnmower in the background. That's Brian viscerating more weeds, because all waste is useful if applied. There he is. He's over there. But we're going to check out the garden and our composting system. This was hardpan clay 8 years ago. We have been adding biochar for the past 5 years in as much as we can make, in as many ways as possible. See our demonstrations. Look at what we got. This is broccoli's first year here. Looking good. This beautiful salad mix here is fava beans, which are actually shading all the little lettuces that are growing. Gorgeous. Peas are up. We've got our 3 sisters. They're looking good. I believe this tree right here is draining nutrient from this edge of the garden. Those yellow guys, I'm going to zap them with more silica. This garlic went in October 1st. I'm going to say it is hip high, soon to be. The second row here is my burdock root. I planted quite a bit for medicinal purposes. We've got turnips, and then here I mixed up onions, rutabaga, and arugula to keep the bugs away from the arugula. It's all flowering now. Early spring we had arugula. I'm going to wait to catch these seeds. We're starting to get our peas. Beautiful. Borage. It volunteers. Once it's introduced into a garden, you're always going to have it. The bees love it. It's also a medicinal. Here's my 10-year-old asparagus. I started from seed 10 years ago. Transferred when we moved. It's happy here. Eventually I'd like a bigger raised bed for it, easier for weeding. This is a rose I started from seed. Love it. This is our hoop house. I built the end walls. We steam bent these rips of fir, and I framed it. Did kind of all right. This is an interesting door. That's a nuance. Here's my kraut cabbage. These steel rims we got off of an old Japanese hot tub. We pounded some pipe into the ground, and they stick right in. Wrapped them in fire hose so when they get hot it doesn't melt the plastic. Plastic salvage from orchard farm that had hothouse berries year-round. So it's going on 10 years, and then however long it was used at the orchard. It worked great. This, I plan on having the cucumbers climbing up the hog fence, tomatoes strung up on wire with T-posts. I have some zucchini in the back. These are my moringas. I'm trying again this year. The miracle tree. I don't know if they're very happy, but I'm trying. Even if it's only to grow as an annual. Some celery is looking pretty good. We've got some eggplant, volunteer potatoes, some hot peppers, a little bit of basil, tomatillas. It's getting cooler, so now I'm going to lower the plastic so the heat's trapped in here. That's what I do. Oh, it sounds like Brian is using a weed whacker and he attached a saw blade to it for cutting some of the weeds out back. This is the second planting of carrots happened today. You just keep planting. You might not get it, so you just keep at it. And some Thai basil. I made this out of a random piece of clear roofing, and it was bendy, and I said, perfect. So I just framed it with some wood. Holds the heat in. This is our Scarlet runner bean trellis. It'll make a tunnel. They're growing. Well, the corn varieties this year, dry corn, sweet corn, and popcorn, the Amish popcorn. And I love making popcorn once in a while. Okay, now we're going to look at our compost system and what we do with the char after it comes out of the oven or the wood stove. Then we got this old chipper. And after it's saturated, it doesn't fly off all dusty. And this is gold. Beautiful. Beautiful. So grass clippings, they start to cook within a day or two. And instead of all of those, all of the nitrogen just going off into the atmosphere, see, it's hot already. I layered some char in there to capture the nitrogen. Then just with some deer fencing, take some rings, grass clippings, weeds, all of it gets piled up, breaks down. Last year we had leaves. So that's the difference in this one. But this is the idea, you just layer it in. So as it's breaking down, the biochar is absorbing all of the minerals and nutrients. We'll flip that a couple times, and then you get this. This was my sole potting soil this year, and it's perfect. Great stuff. We've got worms in here. I charred some oyster shells to add some lime, because like I said, clay soil. Same dealy do here. Brian set out all these branches, and all these bucks were eating them after he cut a tree down. And it ended up, he just shoveled up all the shit around there and added it to this batch. So this is really nice stuff. So we got compost made out of what we have here: grass, weeds, charcoal, and then we're making weed tea. I haven't afforded any additional mineral additives. In the perfect world, I would. I'd get another soil sample and get the perfect blend. But I'm adding the chlorophyll that's available and anything green, and I think the garden looks pretty good. Let's see what else we have growing. See how there's a parsnip that's flowering right there? Well, I had this huge umbrella, and I probably have a lifetime supply of parsnips. But you know what? In the winter, these will just stay in the ground. It's great backup. This is a crinkly cress. It tastes like a wasabi. It's lovely. These lettuces are beautiful. Parsley, more new celery. Spinach is bolting. Volunteers come up. After you establish a garden, those seeds will end up volunteering. And you can pick and choose. Some I can transplant back into the row. We have a drip system. We pump 1,000 gallons from the pond we just walked by into this cistern. And again, Brian salvaged the all the irrigation so I could set up this drip system. All these plastic drip lines, and they can all individually be turned on and off. There's the main, and this is just a hose. I got a little bit of dill there. As a volunteer, I haven't decided where she's going to go. And when it starts getting hot, we'll be able to drip irrigate, so it just lets the water slowly seep down, so it encourages the roots to keep going down. And I believe that is all I need to share at this point. However, we could look at my start house. This is a greenhouse that was given to us, and we put in a raised bed made out of black locust. I think that's black locust. And brought in the soil with buckets because it's such a narrow door. But this is where I started a lot of those plants out there in this tiny little space. I bet I could work it better. These barrels, we pumped the pond water in. A little stinky. I've been adding tea to it, but it holds heat. So early spring and late fall, it moderates the temperature in here, which is great. This is a good idea, and it ends up being a working space. I don't think I have much else to tell you about this area. I have a rhubarb little start in there. Starts, and then when they look like they're ready for straight sunshine, I can just scoop them up and put them out in the garden. And got some raspberries, another little cedar tree, some strawberries coming on. It's good to know you can do this on a lot of work and some tips. I hope this is helpful. I'm really happy about what we're seeing, and I just wanted to share. Thank you for watching.